The 2024 MLS Cup playoffs have been full of upsets, from Atlanta United knocking off Lionel Messi's Inter Miami to the Seattle Sounders knocking off the other number one seed in LAFC. But it is the New York Red Bulls who have continued their upset streak, knocking off Columbus Crew, rivals New York City FC, and Orlando City SC on their way to becoming the lowest seed ever to reach MLS Cup as the number 7 seed out of the East. Welcome back to Upper 90. I am Justin Ruderman, an MLS writer, who is going to walk you through an MLS Cup preview against the LA Galaxy, who are going to host MLS Cup while they have remained unbeaten at their home of Dignity Health Sports Park this season. The tactical matchup between these two teams is very, very interesting. On one side, you have Greg Vanney, a longtime MLS player and coach who lost MLS Cup 3 times as a Galaxy player and is looking to fix that now as a coach and able to win it. On the other side, you have Sandro Schwartz, a first-year MLS head coach who has come in and really revitalized this New York Red Bulls team. Greg Vanney and the Galaxy are a possession-based team. They want to have the ball and they want to take the game to their opponent. That is contrary to the Red Bulls, who around the world love to play out of possession, and that is the same here in MLS. In New York, they have the lowest possession numbers in all of MLS while implementing a high man-to-man press out of possession. That is going to be the question of how this game flows. Is New York going to press as high as they can, man-to-man constantly, or are they going to drop off? The likely answer is they will choose to play both in phases, because it's basically impossible to press for 90 minutes straight, but you can't sit back for 90 minutes either and expect to win the game. New York will cause problems with their press, but if Galaxy are able to play through that press, they should be able to find room in behind New York Red Bulls for their talented wingers of Gabriel Peck, the 2024 Newcomer of the Year, and Joseph Painsil on the opposite side. But if New York is able to pick that ball off in the attacking third, they can create chances that way. Similarly, if they sit back in those phases, both teams will be able to score from that phase as well, because Galaxy will love to be in possession, but will have more difficulty breaking down a deeper New York block. That said, Galaxy can also be caught in transition if they lose the ball in the attacking third and New York wants to break quickly. They will look to do that. Additionally, New York has shown in the Eastern Conference Final and beyond that they are capable of hitting from a set piece. That is something that Galaxy needs to look out for, because early in the year they really struggled from dead ball situations. But Galaxy are going to have to overcome the absence of their best player and the player who runs their possession, Riqui Puig, their central midfielder who has the most passes in all of MLS, because he is the hub of LA Galaxy. He will come as deep as the center backs to pick up the ball and carry it all the way to the front line, because that is how good Riqui Puig is. Unfortunately, in the Western Conference semifinal, he tore his ACL around the 60th minute, incredibly was able to play on for the final 30 minutes of that game, still provide the game-winning assist for Dejan Joveljic to push Galaxy into MLS Cup, but obviously will not be fit or able to play on Saturday in MLS Cup. The player who may or may not replace him, Marco Reus, was also pulled at halftime of the Western Conference Final due to groin tightness. He missed training on Wednesday, but is expected to return to training on Thursday and be available for LA Galaxy in that position on Saturday. But whether those two are able to go or not, well, Reus is able to go or not, the Galaxy still boast a very threatening attacking front three, all of whom I've already mentioned. Joseph Painsil, Gabriel Peck, and Dejan Joveljic are all extremely dangerous players. The Red Bulls, on the other hand, are not to be outdone. Their attacking three is also very dangerous, led by their own European superstar in Emil Forsberg, who has made the trip from Red Bull Leipzig over to New York Red Bulls this season and been their main man from attacking midfield. He is going to provide and work with the two attacking strikers of Dante Vangier and the MLS Comeback Player of the Year, Lewis Morgan. All of them have been fantastic, and expect them to try and hit in transition against the LA Galaxy. From left back, John Tolkin, the Paris Olympian, will also look to have his impact. He was able to do so in the Eastern Conference Final, assisting that game winner. But of course, it always could come down to the goalkeepers, where New York does seem to have a slight advantage in Carlos Coronel over John McCarthy, but it is John McCarthy going to his third consecutive MLS Cup. The previous two, he was going as the backup with LAFC. But of course, should this game go to penalties, the Galaxy fans will be confident in John McCarthy, the 2022 MLS Cup MVP, who was able to come in as the backup in 2022 for an injured Maxime Crepeau, play in that MLS Cup playoffs penalty shootout, and not allow a single goal in, while lifting that MVP and, of course, the MLS Cup trophy with LAFC. But whether this game will be decided by tactics or simply individual brilliance, we will have to wait to find out on Saturday. Let me know what you think in the comments. I will be there in person to cover it for you for Upper 90. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like and subscription. It really, really helps out the channel. I will see you next time.